Hey everyone, I'm here to tell you the story about a day that changed my life for the better. It started on a Wednesday. I started getting a sinus headache, or at least I thought it was a sinus headache. And then I started throwing up, and then I got a little dizzy. So, about from Wednesday to Sunday, I decided, well, I'm not dealing with it anymore. So, I decide on Monday that I'm going to the to urgent care. So I go to urgent care and with my dad, and they think because I'm so dizzy that I have vertigo. And they weren't for sure, so one of the ladies there said maybe take her to the emergency room. And so my dad did. I don't remember going to the urgent care. I remember waking up in a hallway with the nurse telling me that they're fixing to take me for the MRI, which is at the emergency room. And they take me for the MRI. I don't remember being in the MRI, but looking at someone doing the MRI. And then the next thing I know, I'm back out in the hallway. So I think I may have passed out in there, or fell asleep. I would say passed out because I didn't feel good. But anyways, so then we are told they're getting a room ready for me. So they get the room ready, and when I get in the room, because there's so many windows in there, the lights are bugging me. That they do the blinds for me, so it's kind of dark in the room. So my dad's in there, and my mom comes in, and my mom looks at me, and of course she's crying. And I'm thinking the whole time, okay, well, the doctor must have talked to her, so he must have told her I'm dying, so I must be dying. So I am like, oh no. And then the doctor comes in, and the doctor tells me that I have fluid on the brain. So because of that, I need to have surgery. And he said it was very odd that it hit me that quick. It could have took much longer, and he said and I probably had symptoms before that and just didn't know what they were, which I found out later I did, because one symptom that I had was to urinate more than you think you can urinate, and it was really annoying, especially if you're at work. It's kind of embarrassing. But anyway, um, so he says, we'll do surgery soon. And they didn't do surgery until Wednesday because I had threw up so much that I was basically dehydrated. So they were pumping me full of fluids. So they decide Wednesday morning to do the surgery. So next thing I can remember is waking up with a nurse beside me and her telling me, oh, you're good. Your mom's coming. So I'm waiting for mom to come. And so I'm not sure whether I can talk or not because they put those lovely tubes down your throat so you can breathe during surgery. And they have the oxygen in your nose. So that's fun too. So at the time, the oxygen was burning my nose like crazy. So my mom asked what she could do, and I just pointed to my nose to take it out. And she's like, can you take it out? And the nurse is like, yeah, we can, because she's awake. So they did. And then I still felt like I couldn't talk until later. And I get in the room, and I'm wondering why it's so dark in the room. But I really had to go to the bathroom, so they got me up. And since I'm so weak from being in there for, since Monday, since 3 days already, in a bed, that I can't get to the bathroom. So, of course, I had to use the bucket. So that was fun. as anybody knows, when they've been into the hospital, using that's always so much fun. But anyways, I look at the bed and see my pillow, which looks like kind of like one of those crime scene things where you see a bunch of blood. It doesn't look pleasant. It's kind of gross. So I'm like, ew, okay. And then, so of course they change my sheets and stuff because they're like, you don't want to lay in that anymore than you have to. So then the next thing I know, they're like, well, you got to change the dressing on your head. And so mom's like, okay, well, let me get my phone. So she's got to take a picture of me, which she has pictures of me in the hospital and my head too, after the fact, when she's going to take a photo of it after they took the dressing off. And I'm not going to show the photo because it's a bit graphic too. And just say I have missing hair, and when they took that dressing off, you weren't sure exactly how much hair was missing because you couldn't tell it was a big thing of dressing. But I probably had about, I would say, about that much missing of hair. So that was fun. And all I'm thinking is, I don't want to have to shave my head. I like my hair. I may not like my hair as curly, but I do like my hair long. So I don't want to go short. And so I'm thinking, oh no, what do I do? But anyways, they had put 8 staples in my head. So those were so much fun trying to get out because, of course, my hair started growing by that time because about 2 weeks later they took them out. And so when they took them out, I thought, well, okay, I can go back to work. The lady says, no, you're not supposed to go back until you see your doctor. I'm not supposed to go back to my doctor for a month. I've already been out 2 weeks. Don't want to wait that long. I know, everybody's thinking, what? Why would you go back? Of course you have to go back. You work 40 hours a week. You gotta be able to work your own income, so you got to. But anyways, so I decide, well, what can I do to go back earlier than that? And she's like, well, you'll have to talk to your doctor. So I did. And it was actually his nurse practitioner that kind of his assistant. She said, as long as I don't pick up anything heavy at all whatsoever, that I could go back. So I was like, I agree. I'll do that. So they were, of course, happy to have me come back as early as I did because they only had to really replace me for 2 days at work because I was supposed to be on vacation. So that was my lovely vacation, being at the hospital for 4 days. And then being at home watching TV, still feeling like I have a headache, but it eventually went away. But it went away, but I still was having dizzy spells, which I come to find out I had found a knot behind my right ear, and that apparently was an infection, and they had to remove it because it was making me dizzy. It was apparently on a nerve that was making me dizzy, plus it was the nerve or whatever was shooting down my whole entire body, and it was hurting. And I was like, yeah, please take it out. So I had to have the ear doctor do that because that was kind of cosmetic situation. But I got that done. But the whole time that I was in the hospital, I still didn't know whether or not I would live, because when somebody is doing something with your head, stuff can happen. You could forget stuff, you could forget to do stuff, you may not even know how to do things again. But luckily for me, I was able to do everything. I was having a little issues writing at first, but I got through it. And I learned to part my hair a little different so that nobody really quite noticed what was going on when I worked. A lot of people at work knew what happened, and some customers did too, but they didn't pry. They were just happy to see me. And before I had that surgery, I didn't think that that many people really cared if I was here or not. And I was having issues realizing whether or not I should be here. But when you have customers and employees, fellow employees say, I'm so happy to see you, and we missed you, and we're happy you're okay, and we hope that you don't leave us. And I haven't. I'm still there, but that was 2018, so it's been a bit. But I feel like there might be somebody out there that might want to hear this. But whether we know it or not, we are appreciated. We are here for a reason. And God is got a plan for every one of us. And I really hope that this gets to the right person that needs to see this, because I'm still here. I'm still living. It takes a village to help, but I'm here, and I'm going to be okay. I actually have to deal with migraines a lot, and I do have vertigo, but I have learned ways to deal with that, and it's not anywhere close to that headache I had before surgery. And I'm so glad that I'm here and I'm able to help others. And I love you guys. God loves you. And please, please, please stay here. He has your purpose. He has a purpose for you. I promise. He does. I love you guys. Thank you for listening.